Alrighty, boys and girls, we started our new hypertrophy block today. Mondays, we'll be back in triceps. So we started out with some weighted chin-ups, did these for 4 sets of 6, or to failure, so we ended up going 6, 5, 4, 4. Then we moved on to these rear delt flies, tempo. So going quick on the way back on the concentric, but we're going to hold the top peak contraction for a 1 to 2 second pause and go 3 to 5 seconds on the eccentric. And then at the end of the fourth set here, because we did 4 by 8 to 12, we're going to rep it out for some partials. Then we moved on to these lat pull downs using this handle that allowed us to get more of a chin up range of motion, but still keeping our hands neutral. And we did this with a pause at the bottom for 1 to 2 reps, or 1 to 2 seconds, 3 to 5 second eccentric. That was 4 sets, 12, 10, 8, 8. Then we moved on to these seal rows, which were 4 sets of 8 to 10, going heavy, pausing at the top if you can for about a second, controlling the eccentric. Doesn't have to be a tempo, but keep it controlled. Then we did these split stance single arm lat pull downs, and as you can see, I have my offhand down by my lat, really trying to feel the contraction, building that mind muscle connection, holding the bottom of the motion for 1 to 2 seconds and feeling the eccentric for about another 3 seconds. Did this for 4 sets of 12, I think, maybe 3 sets of 12. I'd have to look back. Then we moved on to seal rows, which we did for 3 sets of 6. Or not seal rows, barbell rows, sorry. Going heavy, but also going light enough to where your form isn't going to break down here. Then we moved on to these tricep extensions, did these for 3 sets of 12. And at the end of the third set, doing some partials at the lockout to try to force some more blood into the muscle. Then we moved on to these tricep overhead extensions, a great coupling with the tricep push down. And then this is also for 3 sets of 12 with the partials on the end of the third set. Alrighty, boys and girls, so here is our hamstring and glute day. So we started out with 4 by 6 on sumo deadlifts, ascending from 225 up to 260. These felt really good. Honestly, this is the best my positioning has felt on sumo deadlift, and I'm really, really happy with it. These felt great. Then there's a picture from the top of the set of 6. Then we moved on to a 3 by 6 on deficit RDLs. So I stood on this 25-pound bumper plate, and we did this all 3 sets with 225 pounds. Really feel the hamstring stretch. Delve in it for about a second. Then we moved on to these cable hip pull-throughs. I honestly have been loving these. And if you do not feel these in your glutes at the top and your hamstrings on this bottom stretch, you're doing something wrong, because every single rep is a massive stretch in the hamstring and a massive squeeze in the glutes. And right there you can see that stretch. Then the hellacious finisher that I did today. This is going to be a huge staple in both my quad day and in my hamstring day. So today we did 5 sets of descending reps with ascending weight. Started out with 1 plate, going all the way up to 5 plates, kind of just seeing where I felt good. Going from 20, 20, 15, 12, 10 on the rep scheme, and did a hamstring dominance on the foot placement. Absolutely felt amazing after this. Love the leg press. It is one of the best tools in the gym. And here's just a couple screenshots. Alrighty, boys and girls, today was shoulders and arms. So we started out with a 4x6 of ascending weight on this seated shoulder press. Got up to, I think, 110. For the first time doing shoulder press in a pretty long time, I'm pretty happy with this, honestly. I wasn't expecting too much, but it still moved pretty good. I moved on to rear delts. We did 4 sets of these 1.25 rep. I think it was 8 to 10 reps. And then on this final set here that's shown, I did, I think, 8 to 10 partials at the final half, or the final, after I did all of the original 8 to 10 reps. Then we moved on to our first session of lateral raises here. That was 3 sets of 12. Then we moved on to this shoulder press of 3 sets, 12, 10, 10 of 1.25 rep on the shoulder press machine. Absolutely loved this movement. It felt really good. Then we moved on to our second session of lateral raises, 4 sets of 10 1.25 reps, and then I did a rest pause on this 4th set for about 10 seconds and went and did single arm raises for also another 10 reps. And I think I finished off with arms, 2 supersets of tricep pushdowns and rope curls, followed by single arm pushdowns and rope curls. And then I did my 30 minutes of cardio.
Alrighty, boys and girls, our quad focused leg day started off with a 4x6 on box squats, 275, 285, 290, and finished off with this 295 for 6. Then we moved on to our second movement, our leg press, 5 sets, 20, 15, 12, 12, or 12, 10, 12. Worked our way up to, what you can see, 6 plates on each side. This was fun, honestly. I actually kind of liked doing this. It was hell at the end, but it was fun. I'm going to push it a little bit more coming on Tuesday, but we'll see. Then we moved on to these narrow stance squats. Originally, I was going to do 5 sets on the leg extension, but it was out of order, so we decided to do 5 sets of 12 ascending weight on the narrow stance squats. Alrighty, boys and girls. So here we have our chest back with a little bit of shoulder day. So this first exercise is a variation of the seal row or the low row, and we did this for 5 sets of 6 to 8 with a pause at the top, really trying to feel that contraction, pulling our shoulders down and back, squeezing the lats as much as we possibly can, and this is going to build massive thickness in those lats. Massive thickness throughout the back. Then we moved on to our chest movement, did an incline press. This was 5 sets. The first 4 sets were 12. This last set was 7. Just went up a little bit too much in weight. That's alright though, it happens. Still got a really good contraction all the way through. Then moved on to rear delts. So we did this for 5 sets as well, starting with 8 to 10 quarter reps, slow or slightly controlled, 1 to 2 seconds on the eccentric. Then we moved on to full reps for another 8 to 10 after those quarter reps on each set for, again, a 1 to 3 second eccentric. Then moving on to these chest flies. Wasn't going super slow, but wasn't going pretty quick either. Trying to do a slight pause at the top. Then I lowered the weight. These were also 5 sets, by the way. The first 4 sets were of 12. Then I moved to these heavy quarter rep partials that you saw. Then moved on to lat pull down with a close grip, allowing you really to pull your shoulders past your lats and get the full range of motion in the lat, get a full contraction. That was for 5 sets of 8 to 12. Then we moved on to these lateral raises, which were 5 sets again of 10 with 10 quarter reps following. And then on this last one, I held the final quarter here. And then here are just some pictures from those.